Today we're going to take a look at the BUMOT Defender EVO panniers and top case. I purchased these from ADV Motorrad. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I decided to go with these over the BMW OEM panniers because my research, these seem to be a little bit more stable. They have a nice build quality, and price-wise, they're a little bit cheaper as well. So we'll take a look at the top case here. This is the latch. So you can see here, just latches on, just lift up. When you turn the key, it's locked, the lock position. The key faces up and down as opposed to left and right. So we'll go ahead and open this. And you can see here that there's a bit of a lip here. And this lip, we'll go ahead and close it. You can see they have this gasket here. There's a gasket that's pretty meaty, it's pretty thick. And it forms a seal around to help keep water out. Came with this little felt liner inside. I just kept it in there. I'm not sure if they meant for you to keep it in, but it couldn't hurt. So here's the pannier that goes on the left side of my bike. Here's all the mounting hardware for the stock OEM BMW R1200 and 1250 GS Adventure. We'll go ahead and open this and take a look inside. The bottom of the lock has this little lip that I can rest on so it doesn't bang up or nick your pannier. So once you have both latches open, these open outward, and the hinges have this retention, so you can leave it open partially and it'll hold. It's pretty sturdy. As you can see here, I elected to purchase the top lid organizer, and so far it's been pretty useful. I'll stick my wallet, sunglasses in here. You could put your insurance paper, your registration, anything you want quick access to. I also picked up the inner bag. You can see here it's Cordura brand fabric, very durable. And I figured this was nice to have so I can put my things inside and just carry this bag and leave the panniers on the bike. This is the pannier that goes on the right side. You'll see that there's a cutout, and this cutout's for the exhaust. I'll go ahead and open this one. It opens the same way. You just lift up on this latch here, lift up on this latch here, and this just swings outward. And I also have a top lid organizer here as well, and another bag. The bag's the same size for both sides. Now, one thing I didn't do was go with the top lid organizer for the top case. That was an oversight on my behalf. I do plan on picking one up soon. So the main difference that I noticed between the Defender and the Defender EVOs, The EVOs are, looks like an updated version of the Defenders, or the shape. So the regular Defenders have a very square shape all the way around, and you'll see here there's a bit of a, I guess you'd call it a taper that goes inward all the way around. I think it gives it a nice aesthetic, which matches the look and feel of the OEM. And also, you don't have that, if you were to have like an impact to a body part, you won't have such an aggressive, sharp edge sticking out and poking you. The top case does require its own proprietary plate. I had already mounted this on. I'm not going to unmount it and remount it, unfortunately, for the sake of this video, because I did lock it down with thread locker. But you'll see here that there's this bracket that just loops around the OEM plate here, and then you have this bracket here which will loop around that too. The right side, and here's the left side. So it's really straightforward. You just snap that on and bolt that down, and then the top case has these grooves that will hook on to these 4 bolts on the top. So to get that installed, you just line up the grooves, you push it forward. So once this is pushed forward, take this latch and you hook it onto the bottom bar, and then you just pull this up. The next step is to take your key, stick it in the lock, and lock it in place, and this will keep this locked to your bike. To get the side panniers, you have to remove these deflectors, and that wasn't something that was immediately obvious to me, being someone who's new to adventure bikes. So you'll have reflectors on each side, and here you just have a simple Torx T25 screw. So I just take my little trusty tool here, you just go ahead and unscrew that. So you just want to slide on the bottom first, and you'll see this large tab will slide in between these 2 tabs on the rack, and then you just roll on the top just like that. Once it's pushed all the way forward, you'll just go ahead and flick this down. So the one thing you don't want to forget is to lock this. Otherwise it can, especially if you go off-road, it can wiggle itself open, and you don't want to lose your pannier on the road. As you can see, this is how it's mounted in. Now on to the other side. Again, you just take the bottom pieces, these tabs here, and you just make sure they're in between these 2 on your rack. You roll it up all the way, and then you just take this latch here, and then you push it all the way down, and that locks it into place. And you just take your trusty key here that comes with your panniers, and then you just stick it in, turn it, and that's it. It's locked in. And this is how it looks on the bike, fully installed and locked in.